Welcome once again to Noir Alley. I'm your guide through the gutters, Eddie Muller. In 1937, itinerant Texas newspaperman Edward Anderson published his second novel, a tale of young lovers struggling to lead a normal life but trapped in a world of crime. It was called Thieves Like Us, and some critics compared Anderson's prose to the best of Hemingway and Faulkner. A savvy and eccentric writer, producer, director named Roland Brown paid the author a paltry $500 for the rights. Really, more a case of Anderson being naive than Brown being a thief. Roland Brown was an independent and something of a renegade. He'd created three of the most inventive and idiosyncratic crime movies of the 1930s, Quick Millions, Doorway to Hell, and Blood Money. And his script for Thieves Like Us, which he wanted to direct, had potential greatness on every page. A decade later, it would morph into the movie we have for you today, They Live by Night. By then, Brown had nothing to do with it. He couldn't entice any studio into underwriting his dream project. So he sold the script for $10,000 to RKO, where it languished for years, until producer John Houseman discovered it and resurrected the abandoned project. He saw it as the perfect vehicle to launch the directing career of his friend Nicholas Ray. The two had worked together in New York's Federal Theater Project, and Houseman, who was exceptional at recognizing and nurturing young artists, believed Ray's unique sensibility deserved a chance in the movie business. Now, Thieves Like Us is a tale that moves restlessly and relentlessly, depicting the hard-scrabble lives of people barely surviving in the margins of the American South. Now, this was terrain Nicholas Ray understood, having traipsed many acres of it with the legendary Alan Lomax, making field recordings of the blues and folk music indigenous to various regions. What makes this film so special is not just Nick Ray's vision, but his ear. You'll hear an exceptional soundtrack, one that mixes Lee Harline's score with snatches of diegetic music, all layered in an intricate oral tapestry. It sounds as good as it looks, and it looks incredible, thanks to the cinematography of George Discant, who clearly studied the work of Dust Bowl photographers like Dorothea Lange, Arthur Rothstein, and Walker Evans. Now, Nick Ray created his own treatment and two drafts, drawing from Brown's script as well as the novel, and Houseman hired Charles Schnee to write the final script. And with Houseman at the helm, production was smooth sailing, and Thieves Like Us seemed poised to be a hit. And it was, but only on the Bel Air circuit, the in-home screening rooms of Hollywood producers. You see, when Howard Hughes bought RKO in May of 1948, he immediately tossed Thieves Like Us on the scrap heap, believing the story of small-time crooks, played by Farley Granger and a decidedly unglamorous Kathy O'Donnell, was not worthy of release. Now, many title changes later, at various times it was called The Twisted Road and Your Red Wagon, the film finally got the acclaim it deserved, overseas. And by that time, Ray had made two more pictures for RKO, and it entered into a production deal with Humphrey Bogart, one that would result in their masterpiece, In a Lonely Place. Now, They Live by Night, the title ultimately chosen for the delayed U.S. release, has been described as film noir's version of Romeo and Juliet. Its blend of hardened criminality and innocent romance was unique for the genre, but it would become a hallmark of its creator. For me, the film is one of the most sensitive and self-assured directorial debuts in the history of movies. Noir Alley is proud to present Nick Ray's first feature film, officially released in the U.S. in 1949. It's They Live by Night.